We're having a new chapter called Index Numbers. It is the fifth chapter of paper 2. Index number is a concept which is related to statistics, and it has got more application in economics. That is, it has got a lot of economic application. Now, index number is basically used to measure the changes in price, quantity and values. It is always expressed in terms of ratio or percentage. It is basically unit free. Unit free means it doesn't have a unit of measurement like centimeters, meters, rupees, nothing. That's why it's called as a unit free measurement. Index number, it is used to measure the changes in the value of money. Changes in the value of money is generally related to the concept of inflation. Got it? Let's understand this with the help of an example. In the year 2015, the price of 1 kg of rice is rupees 40. Okay? And in 2019, the price of 1 kg of rice has become 60. So what is the increase in price? Originally it was 40, now it has become 60, therefore the increase in price is how much? 20. So percentage increase in price will be 20 divided by 40 into 100, that is equal to 50%. That means the price has increased by 50%, common sense. There is an alternative way. Year 2015, year 2019, price of 1 kg of rice is 40 and the price of 1 kg of rice is 60 in the year 2015 and 2019. What if I assume the price in 2015 as 100 and I'll try to find the price for 2019. So what I can do is I can just cross multiply, that is 40 into x equal to 60 into 100. So I get the value of x as equal to 150. What is the percentage increase in price? 150 minus 100, that is equal to 50%. So here also you get 50%, here also you get 50%. So this is a way to calculate the percentage increase in price. Got it? Let's take another example to understand the concept of index numbers, why it is used. See, I got commodities, unit, price 2015, price 2019. These are the commodities: mango, rice, milk, ghee. Mango, it is given in terms of dozen, 1 dozen. Rice per kg, milk per liter and ghee is per tin. They have given the cost for 2015 and 2019. Now if I tell you to calculate the overall change in prices, you cannot do it. The reason is because they are having different unit of measurement. See, fine, mango you can convert it in terms of kilo, accepted. What about milk? Milk you cannot convert it in terms of kilo. So obviously in such case, index number is used when you have got different unit of measurement. That is why it is called as a relative measure, not an absolute measure. If you do 40 and 50 only, if you take rice into account and if you calculate the overall change in price, that is absolute. But if I want to find the change in the price of all these commodities with different unit of measurement, then index number is supposed to be used for calculating the increase or decrease in price. That means it will give you an overall idea as to how much the price has increased for all the commodities taken together, or what is the decrease in price for all the commodities taken together. Got it? Thank you. This is the reason why it is called as unit free. Let's understand what is price index number. Price index number will take only the prices of commodities into account. Take an example. Suppose the price of sugar in 2018 is 50 and the price in 2019 is rupees 60. Now price index number will help you to find out what is the overall increase in price index number will help you to find out what is the overall percentage increase in the price of commodities. So what I can do is I can write this as 60 divided by 50 into 100. The answer is 120. So what it means that you have to make an assumption that originally if my price of sugar would have been 100 in 2018, which is called as the base period, right now the price of sugar has become 120. So 100 has become 120 means the percentage increase in the price is 20%. Let's start with quantity index number. Let us take an example of production of wheat. Suppose in the year 2015, the production of wheat was 40,000 kg, and in 2019, the production of wheat was 50,000 kg. So quantity index number will help you to find out what is the percentage increase in the production of wheat. So what you do is 50,000 divided by 40,000 multiplied by 100, that is equal to 125. So the quantity index number, if it shows 125, it means that it has increased from 100 to 125. Therefore, the percentage increase in the production of wheat is 25%. Got it? Let us understand what are the notations used for base period and what are the notations used for current period. So base period price is denoted by P0. Base year quantity is denoted by Q0. Base year value is denoted by V0. Current period price is denoted by P1. Current year's quantity is denoted by Q1 and current year's value is denoted by V1. Now let's discuss notations used. P0 is the price for a commodity in the base year. Q0 is the quantity for a commodity in the base year. V0 will be the value of a commodity in the base year. P1 is the price of a commodity in the current year. Q1 is the quantity for a commodity in the previous year. And V1 is the value of commodity in the current year. Understood? The value of a commodity is a product of price and quantity, meaning V equal to P into Q. Let us understand with the help of an example. Now, suppose you want to buy commodity, which is a pen, and the shopkeeper says that one pen is costing rupees 10, and you tell him that give me 5 pens. So, how much money you are supposed to pay? You will pay him 10 into 5, that is equal to 50. Now, how did you arrive at 50? 50 you arrived at by multiplying 10 and 5. What was 10? 10 was the price. What was 5? 5 was the quantity. So automatically your value is nothing but a product of price and quantity. Now let's understand what is the meaning of value for a base period. The value for a base period is nothing but price of the base period multiplied by quantity of the base period. Value for current period is V1, which is equal to price of the current period multiplied by quantity for the current period. Now this I is a symbolic notation for simple index number. It is also called as price relative. I equal to P1 upon P0 into 100. We have used this in the previous example. Whenever we did the change in the price, I think we did the current year's price divided by the base year price and we multiplied it with 100. I hope you remember that. So there are certain other terms which you have to remember. P01 is the price index number for the current year with respect to base year. Q01 is the quantity index number for the current year with respect to base year. And V01 is the value index number for the current year with respect to base year. So these are the three index numbers essentially to be used for solving sums in this chapter. Got it? Understood? The next chapter we are doing is index numbers. Basically, index numbers measures the changes in the values of different variables in terms of ratio or percentage. It is very difficult and tedious process to find changes in the price of each commodity, but we can find the overall changes in the prices of a group of commodities. It is also called as a special type of averages. Index number is a statistical measure designed to show changes in a variable or a group of variables with respect to time, geographic location or other criterias. There are three types of index numbers: A, price index number; B, quantity index number; C, value index numbers. Price index number. It measures the changes in the level of prices in the economy. It compares the price of the current year with that of the base year to indicate relative variation. Quantity index number. It measures the changes in the level of quantities in the economy. It compares the quantity of the current year with that of the base year to indicate variations. Value index number. It is the ratio of the aggregate value of a commodity or a group of commodities in the current year and its base year. Base period. The base period of an index number is the period against which comparisons are made. If the price quantities of 2010 are compared with the price quantities of 2015, 2010 is called as the base period. Example P0, Q0, V0. Current period. The present period is called as the current period of an index number. If the price or quantities of the year 2010 is compared with 2015, then 2015 is called as the current period. It is denoted by P1, Q1, V1. Notations. P0 is the price of a commodity in the base year. P1 is the price of a commodity in the current year. Q0 is the quantity of a commodity in base year. Q1 is the quantity of a commodity in the current year. V0 is the value of a commodity in the base year. V1 is the value of a commodity in the current year. W equal to the weight assigned to a commodity according to its relative importance. I equal to simple index number. It is also called as a price relative. I equal to P1 upon P0 into 100. P01. It is a price index number for current year with respect to base year. Q01 is the quantity index number of the current year with respect to base year. V01. It is the value index number for the current year with respect to base year. Next, we are discussing construction of index numbers. The first method is simple aggregate method. A price index number is denoted by P01. P01 equal to sigma P1 upon sigma P0 into 100. Second one, quantity index number is denoted by Q01. Q01 equal to sigma Q1 upon sigma Q0 into 100. Value index number denoted by V01. V01 equal to sigma V1 upon sigma V0 into 100. V1 equal to P1 Q1. V0 equal to P0 Q0. Therefore, V01 will be equal to replace V1 with P1 Q1, replace V0 with P0 Q0. Therefore, we get sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q0 multiplied by 100. Next, we are discussing is weighted aggregate method. The first formula in that is last year's price index number. It is denoted by P01L, that is equal to sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 multiplied by 100. Second method is Pasch's price index number. It is denoted by P01P, that is equal to sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1 multiplied by 100. Third formula, Fisher's price index number denoted by P01F, that is equal to square root of P01L multiplied by P01P. Fourth formula, Dorbish-Bowley's price index number denoted by P01DB, that is equal to average of last year's index number and past year's index number, that is equal to P01L plus P01P, the whole upon 2. Fifth formula, Marshall Edgeworth's price index number. It is denoted by P01ME equal to sigma P1 Q0 plus sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q0 plus sigma P0 Q1 multiplied by 100. Fifth formula, Walsh's price index number denoted by P01W equal to sigma P1 under root Q0 Q1 the whole upon sigma P0 into under root Q0 Q1 multiplied by 100. Cost of living index number, it is denoted as CLI. It is also called as consumer price index number. The next method is constructing of cost of living index number. The first method in cost of living index number is aggregate expenditure method. It is also called as weighted aggregate method. CLI is an abbreviation for cost of living index number, that is equal to sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 multiplied by 100. We are starting with exercise 5.1, question number 1 on index numbers. You have been given the commodity PQRST. Subsequently, you have been given the price of 1995 and the price of 2000. Now, out of this, 1995 is to be taken as the base year and 2000 is to be taken as the current year. So, P0 will be the base year and P1 will be the current year. Now, you have been told to calculate price index number using simple aggregate method. So, what is simple aggregate method? It is P01 equal to sigma P1 upon sigma P0 multiplied by 100. So, what you have to do is you have to total the P0 column, take the total of P1 column. The total of P0 column is 109, total of P1 column is 182. Substituted in the formula, that means you get this as 182 divided by 109 multiplied by 100. The answer is 166.67. We are doing exercise 5.1, question number 3. They have given the commodities, wheat, rice, milk, clothing, fuel. They have given the base year price, which you will have to take it as P0. Current year's price, you will have to take it as P1. Now, they have given the prices of base year and the prices of the current year. You have to calculate price index number using simple aggregate method, which is P01, which is P1 upon P0 summation into 100. So what we have to do is we have to total up the P0 column. The total of P0 is 243. Total of P1 is 313. Just substitute in the formula. That means this is 313 divided by 243 multiplied by 100, which is 128.806, approximately 128.81. Please copy. Exercise 5.1, question number 8. Commodity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have given base year quantities and current year quantities. Base year quantity is to be taken as Q0, current year quantity has to be taken as Q1. Now you have to calculate quantity index number using simple aggregate method. The formula is Q01, which is equal to sigma Q1 upon sigma Q0 multiplied by 100. So if you have to find sigma Q0, you have to total Q0 column. If you have to find sigma Q1, total Q1 column, put it in the formula, multiply by 100, you get the answer. So the total of Q0 column is 785, Q1 column 585, put it in the formula, sigma Q1, which is 585 divided by, what is Q0 here? 785 multiplied by 100. The answer is 74.52. Exercise 5.1, question number 9. They have given commodity A, B, C, D, E. They have given base year quantities. Base year quantities is Q0. Current year's quantity is Q1. They have given the quantities for commodity A, B, C, D, E for the base year as well as for the current year. You should calculate quantity index number using simple aggregate method. So the formula for quantity index number using simple aggregate method is Q01, which is equal to sigma Q1 upon sigma Q0 multiplied by 100. Now you have to total up Q0 column. Total of Q0 column is 1400. Total of Q1 column 1740. Substitute the values in the formula. 1740 will be sigma Q1, sigma Q0 1400 multiplied by 100. The answer for this is 124.285 and rounded off up to 2 decimal places. If the third number is 5 or greater than 5, you have to add 1, that is 124.29. Please copy. Exercise 5.1, question number 10. Given commodity, given base year, current year, check in the textbook. This is base year price, base year quantity, current year price and current year quantity. The base year price is to be taken as P0. Base year quantity has to be taken as Q0. Current year's price is P1 and current year's quantity is Q1. You have to calculate value index number using simple aggregate method. You have to calculate value index number using simple aggregate method. So what is the formula for value index number using simple aggregate method? V01, that is equal to sigma P1 Q1 upon sigma P0 Q1 multiplied by 100. See, value is basically a product of price and quantity. So we know P0 Q0, we know P1 Q1. So if you want to find P0 Q0, you have to multiply P0 and Q0. If you want to find, if you have to find P1 Q1, you have to multiply P1 and Q1 column. Got it? Now, let's multiply P0 and Q0. It is 30 into 22, 660, 40 into 16, 640, 10 into 38, 380, 50 into 12, 600, 28 into 20, 560. Now how will you find P1 Q1? 40 into 18, 720, 60 into 12, once again 720, 24 into 15, 360, 16 into 60, 960, 36 into 25, 900. Total of P0 Q0 is 2840. Total of P1 Q1 is 3660. So we have to substitute the value of P1 Q1 here, sigma P1 Q1, that is 3660 divided by 2840 multiplied by 100. The answer is 75.595. If you round it off up to 2 decimal places, you get 75.60. Exercise 5.1, question number 12. Commodities PQRST. The price for the base year is given as follows. Price for the current year is given as follows. Price for the base year, you have to take it as P0. Price for the current year, you will have to take it as P1. Now they have given price index number using simple aggregate method is 125, meaning they have given P01 equal to 125, and having given P01, that is price index number using simple aggregate method, you have to find the value for X. This is what they have asked. Now how to solve the sum? As usual, the formula for P01 is sigma P1 upon sigma P0 multiplied by 100. So can I say that we will have to total P0 column, we will have to total P1 column. This column is 76, this column is 80 plus X. Put all that you know in the formula. First I will put P01 as 125, sigma P1 I will write it as 80 plus X, sigma P0 76 into 100. You can divide both the sides by 25. 25 will go here 5 times and 25 will go here 4 times. Cross multiply, you get 76 into 5 equal to 80 plus X into 4. This is 380 equal to 320 plus 4x. 4x equal to 60, getting 320 to this side. 380 minus 320 will give you 60. 4x equal to 60. Therefore, x equal to 15.